It's fine. Seth, you want- Powerloom. Good. Hi everyone. My name is Swaroop. I'm one of the co-founders of Powerloom. It's pretty cool to be here after a few years. We pretty much do a bounty at the end of a year. It's usually at ETH India, but this time we decided to do it at DEF CON. Powerloom was actually born at one of the ETHGlobal Powerloom. I wanted to sort of maybe go through what Powerloom does very quickly, and then I'll pass it over to our senior engineers who are going to demo you what you could be doing at this hackathon. So Powerloom is a composable data network. Now, what that means, without sort of going too deep into the technicalities, I thought I'll just give a quick demo. So we have a decentralized data layer where we have snapshotters around 5,300 now as of this date, who constitutions which are typically indexers that you have to query and write APIs and things on top of it. The final output could be something very complex, and that's kind of where the networks really excels. So I'll sort of do a quick demo. This is one of the first things we built years ago, and that has been one of our strongest use cases. It's a dashboard based on Unity. We are showing a demo of the ETH chain, and at any point of time, when the snapshotters sort of reach consensus, this final output is already ready to be consumed. And even every hash, every CID of that output is also stored on IPFS, so you can actually very quickly consume that data without having to work with a lot of third parties. Similarly, we demoed an Aave use case. I think it was at ETHGlobal Sydney, where I actually got a chance to sort of show what we've been doing with Aave. So you can actually see the similar sort of concept, but for a very different kind of a use case that we've been doing. Now, for this hackathon, what we wanted to sort of focus on was this sort of a consumer layer that we've ended up blockchain ecosystem. So what we have done is we have taken the points ecosystem, turned it into something you actually have to do on chain, and you use Powerloom. Now, the way it works is that everyone, like initially it started with our Powerloom community. We're actually opening it up to a lot more people now. And if you're actually here today in person, whether you're attendee, hacker, you can actually take part as well. So I'll sort of walk you through what you can do. So one of the apps that we've actually seeded is called GPM. If you've used prediction markets like Polymarket and others, we built something that actually uses the Powerloom data. So if you saw the Uniswap data that we are sort of snapshotting, the same thing is what powers this app, which every 5 minutes, it sort of picks one of these tokens off the Uniswap pool and snapshots the data, will the price of this particular token. So, and you can actually verify the pair contract, what it's showing on Powerloom. You can also check it on Etherscan to just double verify. And then when it's time to place, you can actually make a prediction. So if you come to a booth right now in the ecosystem, and behind the scenes, so all of this data that's actually being generated for these markets, which are happening every 5 minutes, is coming through that Powerloom network, right? So there's no human involved here. And I'll just go back to show you, like you can see here, all these markets are being generated every 5 minutes, right? So that's one of the beautiful things that's possible when you have a completely decentralized on-chain network. And second, to go and verify this. So this is also thanks to Powerloom's network. You can actually very quickly resolve this. So all that is automatically done. So there's no human sitting and clicking buttons. So I think these were predictions that we placed some time ago. We can redeem them. You actually end up getting an ERC20 token. So we made it for fun. And you can see the balance update for you. So that's kind of what GPM is. There's many more things that I want to show you, but I thought I want to let our engineers sort of walk you through what you can do as a hacker. And for everyone else, if you're not hacking, or maybe you're too busy hacking on other ideas, come to a booth to actually come play this as well. It's only open till I don't know, I'm trying to remember the deadline. I think it's usually about noon. So till noon.
All right, everyone. My name is Seth. I'm a developer for Powerloom. I'm going to walk you through the potential prizes that we're offering here. I'm going to start with where Swaroop left off with the GPM. Particularly is here, but it doesn't actually work. And also the retrieval of the actual data from IPFS. One is more related to GPM directly, and that is a decentralized chat, where every time someone places a bet, they now have a potential position that's way behind any sort of communication that's being made on the application. Secondly, we have for GPM, where maybe track market resolutions and alert users when the market's finished and if they've won or not, things along those lines. Leaderboard enhancements. Right now we do have a functioning leaderboard, but it's for complete data. It's not filterable, and it doesn't have all the features that it should. So having it be able to be filtered for weekly, monthly, different types of markets potentially, just any sort of leaderboard enhancements are what we're looking for. Similarly with the portfolio analytics, Swaroop did show the portfolio page. Lost the most on things in that regard. And finally, just the actual GPM landing page itself. Any sort of UI, UX improvements, user enhancements, ways to get people to bet into these markets are very welcome. And now that we've shown an example of an app on the on-chain points ecosystem, the second prize track is actually staking, really anything you can think of. We do support account abstraction, which would be a huge plus if you could add that into the application. And then, of course, like anything else, there are some smart contract vulnerability prizes that if you do happen to find anything, we really
Thanks, Seth. So let's just start with the demo. So on-chain points ecosystem, like Seth said, is designed to be like an ecosystem of multiple apps. So we have designed it in a way like so that you can just build your app and interface it with the on-chain points contract. Users get access to points and like tokens through various activities. It can be like participation in testnet or some other things, and all those points can be locked or like can unlock in some time. So the benefit of this is, since all those points are sitting in the contract itself, they are still usable through all the ecosystem apps. So let's say you are a developer and you are building your apps, so it's a win-win situation if you think about it. And building on top of on-chain points ecosystem is not very difficult. We have built a demo app. I'll just give a quick introduction. So this is a template that we have built. Getting started is very easy. You can just click on use this template and create a new repository. There's a demo contract here. So let's just go there. I'll just show. So if you go to the demo contract, which is this, we have a bunch of interfaces that any developer can use to spend these points. Basically define how many tokens the user is spending and on what contract and all of those things. To give the exact example, let's just go in this demo things. So we built 4 things. The first one is spend tokens with signature. Let's say the interface. Let's say you are building the app. You can just get started with this demo contract and then you can build on top of it using this exact function. You just need to add your functionality and you should be able to interface with the on-chain points contract, and you should be able to get access to all the points that and all the user base as well. We have a few other interfaces as well. For example, this spend token with signature on behalf. So there are 2 ways users can spend their points. Either they can spend them themselves, or they can delegate those points to someone else, or even a bot or whatever. You just approve any address to spend token on your behalf, and then that token is automatically able to spend tokens and you get the returning position and everything. So that was about this, and let's spend some time on the contract itself, where it is deployed and how to use this. So this on-chain contracts is deployed on our L3 chain. This is the contract address. All the links are already present in our doc. So let's say you build on top of on-chain points, then finally you'll be able to bridge the tokens out as well if you want to trade or do anything else. We deploy contracts and everything. We have built a faucet, so that's also very easy. You just go to faucet.onchainpoints.xyz. Around with the demo contract, some of the instructions are here. You can also use hard hat. You can just clone the repo, install contract. And this is the QR code for the ideas page. If you want to build on top of on-chain points or GPM, or if you want to participate in the tournament, feel free to come to the booth. And if you have questions about anything else in general, please feel free to drop by. We'll be there for like next 3 days. Thank you. Handing over to Swaroop.
I think for a change, we have extra time. Usually we don't. So we can take a So the question is, which chain is it deployed in? So the docs point to the, so for this particular hackathon, since most of it is on the on-chain points ecosystem, it has its own L3. That's all the information is on the doc. I think that's what Akshay was trying to point it out at. You don't need to worry about gas, testnet chain and all those things. So we've given you the actual mainnet chain to work with. And it is bridged to base, technically speaking, but I don't think you need to worry about it for the hackathon purpose. So it should be easy to, it's just like using any other EVM chain. We have integrations with Privy, ZeroDev. So essentially, if you actually go and insert the chain ID, it should actually show up in these existing systems as well. The way L3s work is you can bridge the asset out on base. There's not much of a purpose to read state from base, to be honest, because that would require like an oracle then. When you bridge the asset, there is a bridge installed to it, but usually for end users, the whole activity is happening on the on-chain points chain, so there's almost no use of pulling that, but when using Chainlink and others, but it needs a little bit of work on both sides. But maybe you could do that, build that, so bonus prize. Okay, awesome, cool. Thanks everyone. Yeah, please come see us at the booth. Thanks.